All right, so today we're doing an editing tutorial for Vegas Pro 15. And if you're just starting off, this will help you start editing effectively immediately. And if you're already used to Vegas Pro, well then this will help you with your workflow. Don't go anywhere. Up next. Hey, it's Low for Low Nose here to help teach and inspire you through audio, video, and tech. And like I said before, this is an editing tutorial video for Vegas Pro 15. Now, we're going to do this video a little differently. Instead of me just going to Vegas Pro and explaining all the windows and features of Vegas Pro 15, we're going to actually edit this episode of Low Nose within Vegas Pro 15 so you can really get a good understanding of how to use Vegas Pro to create, edit, and finally render your videos from start to finish. Let's get started. All right, so Vegas Pro 15. Now, before we get started, we got to do a little housekeeping first. And this is going to come in the way of organizing our media files within a folder. Now, if we see right here, I have a folder called Vegas 15 tutorial. And within this folder, I have all of my media files in here. And my media files are also labeled for easy identification. So I have my intro file here with my intro file audio. I like to record my audio in a separate file. I even have my intro, my little intro for my video here as well. And also have my elements here for my lower thirds, and also have some images here, everything in one place within this folder. Now let's back out for a second. And I want you to notice how I have my folder here in a separate hard drive called Scratch Disk F. That's just what I like to call my hard drive, but it's separate from our local disk, our C drive where we hold our operating system or the installation of Vegas. Now, we're doing this for two reasons. First, it's for safety. If for some reason your computer got a virus or crashed or just something, you don't want to lose everything that you've compiled. You don't want to lose all your media elements, your project elements, your project settings. You don't want to lose all of that because it's on one main hard drive. I like to keep everything on a separate hard drive for, if God forbid something happens, I'm still safe. I didn't lose all of my hard work. Secondly, it's performance for editing. Since you're taking all the load off the main hard drive, our C drive, we're putting a lot of that work on a separate drive. So it's leaving up resources for us to edit. So keep that in mind. Now, with our folders all saved up, let's save our project. So we are going to go to File, we are going to Save As, and we are going to find the folder that is created that has all of our media elements. So I will look for tutorial, Vegas 15 tutorial. I will go in there. And now I'm going to label my project. And we are going to call this Vegas 15, Vegas 15 Toot. Toot Toot. And we will save it. And if we look at our folder now, when we go inside, we now have an item here for our project settings. Now, let's get into Vegas. Let's take a look at the windows here. Right here, this is your timeline window, and this is where you'll be spending most of your time within Vegas Pro 15. This is where you'll be working with their edits for your video, for your audio, for your images. Everything will be done within this timeline. This is your preview window, and this will give you a preview of whatever is happening at a certain point, at the cursor point within your timeline. Now, if you're used to previous versions of Vegas Pro, you notice that you're kind of missing some options here, right? So if we click on this menu button and we go to Edit Visible, Set, and Show All of a sudden all of your buttons are available there. And also, if you see right here, before you would have a normal window over here, it would be like your trimmer window. Your trimmer is kind of hanging out right here, right behind the video preview. Now, for some reason you wanted to go back to the old style, you can always go to View, Windows Layout, and bring up Vegas 14 default, and everything will show up the way it used to. But for now, let's stay with the Vegas 15 default. I'll go back to my default there. I'll bring my options back up here. Edit, Show All, and there. Okay, now this part right here, this is our window pane for all of our tabs. And within our tabs, we have Project Media. This will show all of our thumbnails and tabs for all of the project media that's currently within our session. The Explorer button, this is look at that. Oh, look at that. It's already looking at the folder. The Explorer button, this is going to show everything. We get to see all the files that are on our computer without leaving Vegas Pro. So you can use Explorer for that. Transitions, this shows all the transitions available for your videos. If you're going from one scene to the next, you can apply a specific transition like a star wipe, a squeeze, several different transitions. We have our video effects tab. We can add specific FXs to your video, maybe like a black and white, a chroma key, a blur to your video. You can do that. And then you have your media generators where you can put additional generated media on top of your project within your timeline. Now, if for some reason or another you are working around and all of a sudden you're just kind of moving windows around by accident, let's see here. Let's grab this right here. Let's bring it over here. And like, oh my gosh, how did I do that? Okay, let's grab. Okay, that and then let's do that. Oh my god, I lost my window. And then, oh my god, for some reason I accidentally did that. And I lost my transitions. I lost my transitions. What am I going to do? Fear not. Don't freak out. Go to View. Go to Windows Layout. And then Default Layout. Everything will come up right back as it were. Okay, so now that you have an understanding of what the main windows are, let's go ahead and set up our project settings. So let's click on the gear button and pick a template for our session. Now, for the best optimal settings for creating your videos, we're going to go with HD 1080 24p, and this is 1080 resolution at 24 frames per second. And this is a great starting off point for creating your projects. All right, so now, let's look briefly here. We're going to leave everything at none. We're going to stick with progressive scan because nowadays everything is in progressive scan. Frame rate, we are going to switch this from 23 to 30 frames per second, or 29.70 seconds. All right, pixel format, 8-bit. We're going to leave it at 8-bit. If for some reason you are using a camera that does anything higher than 8-bit, then you can go ahead and pick something higher. But remember, that's going to put more of a load on your computer. Full resolution render quality, we'll leave that at best. Motion blur, Gaussian, deinterlace mode, we'll leave that at none because we are working with progressive scan. So we will leave that at none. And resample mode, we are going to leave it as disable resample mode. Normally, when you bring video into Vegas Pro, it adds some kind of resampling to the image, and it kind of makes your image look kind of blurry. So instead of kind of disabling resampling on every single piece of video, we're going to tell the project, hey, anything that comes into this project, please apply the disable resample mode on it. Okay, and we are going to adjust source media to better match project or render settings. Yes, and then we are going to start everything off with this. Now let's take a look right at the top. It says custom default 1080p 30 frames per second. I've already created this default for myself. So once we go to that preset template that we chose, go ahead, rename it, and call it like, my template or something, my template 1080p 30, and go ahead and press the save button, and that will save that particular template for you like that. Yes. Yes, we'll okay that. And then of course start all projects with this setting, and every time you open up Vegas, it will start with that. Okay, we are done setting up. Let's get to editing. Now, boys and girls, we have different ways of bringing elements into our session, and my preferred way is actually to do it through a folder. So I will bring up our folder. I will snap my screen to the side. I'll bring this here, and I'll just resize it until I can actually see all of my elements to the side. This is just the way I like to work. If I'm working on a one screen, it feels like I have like a dual screen effect. You don't have to do it this way. You can also bring up your Explorer, and of course you have the option to bring up views, and you can actually switch your list to your view to list or thumbnails. It's the same way. It's like the same thing, except now you're not actually getting out of Vegas Pro, but of course you're kind of losing the other tabs if you're actually working on something. But that's why I like to work like this. It's all up to you. So let's bring in our first element. I'm going to grab my intro element. I'll drag it right here, bring it into my timeline. Okay, and then I will bring my intro audio and bring it into my timeline as well. Now you can see here within our project media, since I dragged in these two files, my video that has the audio embedded in it, and also my separate audio track, it's showing up in our project media. What do you say we go ahead and bring everything else into our project? So I will go to Video Effects. No, I won't. I will go to Explorer. I will highlight everything that I see here. Okay. Click this, hold Shift, and then click on the last element. And I will right click and I will put Add to Project Media. Boom, everything shows up. Now when I look at my project media, everything is there, and it's almost like a second window. So let's go ahead and let's work like this. Now I have the option to actually resize my windows if I like. Not a problem. Whichever way my workflow would make me feel better, I can do that. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to sync up our audio. Because I press record on the camera before I press record on the actual recorder, our files do not match up exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cursor right here. I'm going to click right here, and then use the wheel and scroll up and zoom in on my file. And I'm going to click on the bottom track. And I'm just going to click on the left button and I'm going to drag it over until the elements or my markers are lining up. Because right after I press record, I did a couple claps so I can have these markers here so I can line up my audio. All right, so today we're doing an edit. All right, so right now both audio is playing at the same time. I have the option to mute my audio within this track. So this track right here, the track that is with the audio that my camera recorded, I can go ahead and mute that. So I'll go over here, I will press mute, and this will mute the entire track of audio right here and the entire track of any other audio that may fall into that track. And now I can preview my audio and see if it matches up. All right, so today we're doing an editing tutorial for Vegas Pro 15 so you can start crushing your edits. Now, once I feel comfortable with the alignment of my sync, I'm now going to group my tracks. So I'm going to click on one track. I will hold the shift button and go to the bottom track and highlight all of the tracks. I will then right click, go to group, and then go to create group. This will group everything together where the tracks are no longer independently. I can now drag it from back and forth and they will stay together aligned. And a shortcut to do is, let's just go ahead. I will ungroup it. I will go right click, go, and then remove. All right. And let's just say I was doing an edit and I found out, you know what, maybe my original grouping wasn't as tight as I thought. If I press U or remove, I can move it around again. So I will go ahead. Let me go back to edit, move. Let me line it up. And then I will do the same thing. I'll highlight. I will bring it together. Then I will just press G. And now my tracks are grouped together again. Now, before we get started with this edit, if you notice right here on the top, you can see my boom mic is in the shot. And I have two ways of actually taking the boom mic out of the equation. I can go to track motion, and within here, this is a preview, or this is the box where my video is. If I grab the corner right here and bring it in, I will zoom in. Nope, I'm sorry. If I pull it out, I will zoom in to the point where my boom mic is out of the frame. Now keep in mind, if I do this on the track level, it is going to apply for every single element that is within this track. So if I have other video or other video elements within this, they will all have a zoomed in effect. So for now, I'm going to take this off. I will go back. Nope, sorry. I will take this off. I'll go to track motion again. I will right click and restore the box and make sure everything's the same. All I want to do is affect this video element and not the track. So I will go to this button right here. I will click on the event pan and crop button. I'll click on there. And then if I scroll down, it kind of gives me like a further pullback line to see what I'm working with. And if I go to the corner and I go within, I will zoom in on the video just to a point where I feel comfortable about taking the boom mic out of the picture. That feels good. That looks good. And we can see that it applies to the entire picture. So now that I'm comfortable with this, I can actually save this because I'm going to have other elements within my project that we recorded with my camera, but may still have the boom element within it. So I'm going to say, let's call this remove boom, and I will go ahead and save it just as so. So if I press right click and I go to restore, we can see it goes back, but now I can go back to my preset, remove boom, or my remove preset, boom, it goes right back to it. All right, so let's start editing the video now. We can see here, this is where I had my claps, and this is where my first take was. Let's see what my first take was like. All right, so today we're doing an editing tutorial for Vegas Pro. Oh, I'm sorry, let me back up. Once you go to the part, you can either press play here within the window, or you can press the space bar. All right, so today we're doing to start or stop the playback of the timeline. So space bar, or play button. All right, so today we're doing an editing tutorial for Vegas Pro 15 so you can start crushing your edits. All right, so you didn't see that part in the beginning because I edited this part out, or we are going to edit this part out. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate this part from our footage. So we're going to press the S button, and this will split our video. So now I can actually click on this and I can press delete, and it will delete our video elements. And I can go to the part where I can go to my take where I feel just right. All right, so today we're doing an editing tutorial for second take. This was my third take. All right, so today we're doing, and this is the one that I want to go with. So I will press S. I will split that. I will delete the second take. I will drag this over to the beginning. Okay, and then let's see what my first take is. All right, so today we're doing a Vegas now. All right, so today we're doing
not that take. Now, instead of
instead of pressing S for days, I can go ahead and grab my video from the end and I can just bring it in right here to a point where I feel comfortable with. All right, so today we're doing an editing tutorial for Vegas Pro 15. And if you're just starting off, this will help you start editing effectively immediately. And if you're already used to Vegas Pro, well then this will help you with your workflow. Don't go anywhere. Up next. All right, so up next, I'm gonna enter, nope, where my voice stops, I'll press S here and I will separate that from that. Don't go anywhere. Up next. All right, so that looks good. Now, I have all of this right here. These were my next takes for the next part of the video, but I couldn't use any of this because there was construction going on outside of my place. And a burp. You hear that? Someone doing construction work in the background. All right, so I don't need any of this audio, so I can go ahead and just press delete right here. Now, let's bring some other elements into this. Let's bring in my intro that you are so used to seeing. My intro right here, I'll drag it, I'll just grab it here, drag it onto my timeline, and bring it right here. Now, normally I like to keep my lower thirds and my intro elements separate from my actual video of the episode. So I'm going to introduce new tracks into my project. So I can either go to either the track level for the video or audio to introduce new tracks, or I can go to the bottom here. So right now I will go to right click, I'll go to the track level, I'll right click, insert video track. It'll pop up above it. I will go to my audio track. I'll right click. It'll give me the option to insert a new audio track, and it'll bring up a new track right above the audio track. I have the option to actually drag the track above to the top. You can also delete the tracks that you create by highlighting them and then pressing delete. Also, if you try at the bottom, you can right click. It gives you the option, either one. You can choose video and then audio. And we can go ahead and just bring them up and match them up. And I will go ahead and bring up my intro and my audio up as well, now that there are separate elements from the main part of my video. All right, so we're moving on. Let's bring in the next element, our video, the post title. We'll drag it in here. I'll leave it on the same part. I will bring, where is my post audio? Here we go, post title audio. I will bring it in right here. And it looks like we're gonna have to do some syncing up again. So I will click here, I will zoom in. I will find my video and I will align it up, and I'll find points where it looks like I can match it. Here we go. I see it. Here's a little dip here, and I want to line it up with this peak right here. Okay, and that's set. And let's go ahead. Let's group our tracks again. So we're going to highlight this one. I'm going to highlight the bottom one and hold Shift and highlight the bottom, and then press G to group it. All right, and this was my first take. Hey, it's Low for Low Nose here to help teach and inspire you through audio video. Right, and this is my second take. I can jump straight to my second take. Hey, it's Low for Low Nose here. Right, and then let's split the video again. So I'll press S to split the video. And now, instead of dragging elements all over, if I go down here to auto ripple, if I press this, when I delete an element, anything further down the timeline will automatically ripple to the next point. So if I press delete now with the auto ripple on, it jumps straight to where the cursor was. So we will do that right there. Right now I will turn my auto ripple off, and let's get this a little tighter. Hey, it's Low for Low Nose here to help teach and inspire you through audio, video, and tech. And like I said before, this is an editing tutorial video for Vegas Pro 15. Now we're gonna do this video a little different. All right, so that's looking good. Let's make this tighter as well. Let's go to the end of the video, grab it, and brings up this little icon right here, and we are going to make it just a little bit tighter right here. Let's see how that ends from start to finish. Let's get started. Okay, that looked good. Now let's take a preview in the middle of how to use Vegas. Okay, so we just had a little hiccup there. Hey, I'm human. We can either leave this in or we can edit this part out. So let's see here. Let's try to edit within Vegas Pro 15, so you can really get a good understanding of how to use Vegas. Okay, so I messed up. Say I have a how here, I'll split that here, and then, nope, I'm going to back that up, edit, undo. Let's see here. Understanding of how to use Vegas. Okay, so I want to start with the new how, so I will edit the old how, and then I'll bring in the new how here. How to use here, okay, and let's go ahead and turn on the ripple effect again. There we go, and then do that, and press delete, and we got it closer. Understanding of how to use Vegas Pro to create, edit, and finally really get a good understanding of how to use. let's bring this just a little more. Let's make this a little more tighter on this end, make it more smoother. Of how to use Vegas Pro to create, edit, and finally, okay, so we could probably do that. To me, it sounds a little jarring. I'm gonna, listen, I'm human. I think I'll leave it out, leave it in there. So I'll undo it, undo it, undo it until everything looks like the way it was before. How to use Vegas Pro to create, edit, and finally render your videos from start to finish. Let's get started. Now, guys, I want to show you a really cool feature just in case, and this is actually a really cool feature with Vegas Pro 15. Let's just say for some reason, by accident, you unsync the grouping between your video and your audio, okay? So I'm going to press U and unsync my video from my audio. And if I do this, and you can see right here how there's a number going on here. It says that I'm plus 25 here. It's basically telling me how off I am from the sync of the video compared to its original grouping audio. So everything's completely out of sync. And it's telling me, okay, you are about 2 minutes, or no, you are 2 seconds out of sync. So if I bring it back here, the number will get closer to 0 to being back to sync. I can go ahead, once I get it back, I can group it again and then press G. So that's a really good thing. If for some reason, your video is unsynced from your audio during the whole editing workflow, that number is there to help you, and it has helped me tremendously through previous through former projects. Now, with all that being said, once again, our boom is showing back in the picture. So let's go back to our event pan and crop. Let's go to our preset, remove, and boom, it's back there again. All right, so after this will be all the part that we are filming right now. I will get to that, or you are seeing that right now. So let's jump straight to the ending of our video. And here is the ending footage for my video. And then I also have the ending audio. Here we go. Okay, we will do that. Let's match up the audio to our video. Let's find some matching peaks. Here's a peak. And it looks like these peaks match up. Now, this looks like more of a better representation right there. Yep. All right, so that matches up. I will go ahead, click, and then shift, hold, and press G to group. And everything is one file. Now, when I do the end of my video, I have a template that I like to put the end video over of. If you see right here, it's an ending graphic that I created for my channel. I will go ahead and just bring it here on the bottom because I want this video here to lay on top of it. Now, if I mute this, I can go ahead and mute my video. You can see how I've created a section here where I can mute my audio right here. Where it says, like, dislike, leave a comment, subscribe, all that stuff. A graphic pops up, and I've created these markers, these spaces here, so I can put at the end of my video, preferred videos you could probably watch afterwards. And I'm going to put me right here in this blank space. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to take this video, I will unmute it, okay, bring it back in. I'm going to create a separate track for this video, for example. So I will right click, insert video track, a new track goes up. I will bring it up to the top, just above, just by taking my mouse and dragging it up. Then I will go to track motion. All right, I will grab the corner here, and I will bring it in to make the image smaller. All right, once it's there, I can go ahead and bring it to the side to a point where I feel comfortable. Okay, let's go back to the video, and let's go to a point where we can actually see it. Okay, so yeah, so I want to size my video where I feel it's just right. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Maybe just a little bit bigger. Yeah, that looks good right here. And if I want, I can call this ending. And I can save this so I will never have to do this part again. Now, I like using the track motion because I can add a shadow. So I will just click here on 2D shadow, and a shadow shows up at the end. And there we go. All right, so we can see here that my ending graphic only lasts a certain amount of time. And my actual ending rant actually starts right here. So let me edit it. I will press S. I will delete this part. Whoops. Let's go edit. Let's go back. The ripple is still on. Make sure to turn off the ripples if you really don't need to use it. I will delete that. Now, once I edit that out, I will make my video a little tighter. And I will bring it towards the end of my effect. And we see I have a couple seconds to work with here. Let's bring my audio back in. I will unmute it. All right, guys, I hope that helped out, and I'm pretty sure you are ready to crush. See how it's black. So I'm going to go ahead and put my cursor right here, and I will press S to split up my video, and then I will bring it back down so it is big again. All right, guys, I hope that helped out, and I'm pretty sure you are ready to crush your edits within Vegas Pro 15. Now, if you can see, the boom armor is still there, so let's go ahead and remove the boom. Remove, it's gone, and I can go ahead here and event pan and crop. Go and remove. That is done. All right, guys, I hope that helped out, and I'm pretty sure you are ready to crush your edits within Vegas. All right, and now I have music that goes along with this. My low nose intro, I will bring it underneath here. I will tighten it up. And we'll give it a listen. All right, so my music is a little loud. You can always, with any of the tracks here, you can go ahead and come right here and bring down the volume of the selected element, or you can come right here and bring down the volume of the entire track. So right now, I'll just leave it at 0, and we will just play with this particular element. I'll bring it down right here. I can also apply a fade. Let me bring it back up. I can go to the corner until I see this little kind of loop here, this bendy triangle. I can apply an additional fade here. I can add an additional fade here at the end. Whoops. Go here. Well, no, come on now. You can do it. Right there. And I'll just grab here and I'll bring it down just enough to where I am happy with how it sounds like. All right, guys, I hope that helped out, and I'm pretty sure you are ready to crush your edits within Vegas Pro 15. If you liked the video, go ahead, leave a like. If you loved it, feel free to subscribe. Leave it out, and I'm pretty sure you are ready to crush your edits within Vegas Pro. That sounds good. So I'll bring the end here until it fits. You are ready to crush your edits within Vegas Pro 15. If you liked the video, go ahead, leave a like. If you loved it, feel free to subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you have any questions about editing. All right, and that works. And also, not only can you apply the volume, but also works the same way here for the video. If you drag it out here, this brings the opaqueness of the, oh, look at that. Let me go back here. It brings the opaqueness of the video, so you can do really cool effects. Now with the ending done, let's go ahead and add our lower thirds. I will grab my subscribe low nose lower third. I will grab it right here. Nope, I will grab it right here, and I will bring it right here. This is where I normally like to have my lower thirds pop up. I will click here in the video, and as you can see here, there's a background behind our lower third, and that's okay. We're going to tell the computer to erase the background and make it clear. So I will right click, go to properties, I'll go to media, then I will go to alpha channel and go from none to straight unmatted. This will take away the black background, so I can mess with it. Now I can go to event pan and crop. And if I scroll back, I can actually, if I go to the corner here and pull away, this will basically have the camera going away from the object. Okay, and if I come here and basically have the camera getting closer to the object. So I want to bring the camera away from the object. Then I can go place my cursor in here and move the camera to a point where my lower third would probably land right there. Now, I already have this preset within my preset, so I can right click. Let me put everything back to normal. I'll restore. It goes back there. I'll go to my preset, and I have my preset called YouTube. YouTube, boom, it's there. It is good to go. Now let's bring in my second lower third. I will grab my Patreon free gear lower third. I will bring it right here. I will do the same. Right click, properties, media, alpha channel, straight unmatted, and OK. And then let's take a look. 15. Now we're going to do this video a little differently. Instead of me just going to Vegas Pro and explaining all the, and it shows up. Now the last final tweaks that I like to do to my video is just kind of tweaking the audio. So here is my main audio section. I will go ahead and press, I'll go to track effects right here. I will leave everything as is. I like to add a wave hammer to my final audio track. Wave hammer, I will add it. I'll press OK. And all of this is basically putting a limiter on my audio, so I can just basically increase the volume, but not having it go over a certain amount of volume. I will buy, this is a multi-facet wave hammer surround plugin, and this is stock within Vegas. So I will bypass the compressor because I don't want two compressors. I will go to my volume maximizer, and I will increase the volume of my audio just a little bit. This will help you start editing effectively immediately. And if you're already used to Vegas Pro, well then this will help you with your workflow. And then don't go anywhere.
Add a limiter. Basically, listen, hey, I want you to get this loud, but I don't want you getting too loud to the point where it sounds annoying and just kind of aching to the ears. Let me click back over here. Press play.
Today we're doing an editing tutorial for Vegas Pro 15. And if you're just starting off, this will help you start editing effectively immediately. And if you're already used to Vegas Pro, well then this will help you with your workflow. Don't go anywhere. Up next.
All right, now keep in mind that this wave hammer effect, it only applies to this track right here. It only applies to my audio. It doesn't affect the music here that is happening within the intro. If I wanted to drop the music down in my intro, I can play with the volume here, or I can play with the volume here. If I wanted something that would apply to the entire project, I have an effects icon right here within the master track, and this will affect, I can add additional effects that will affect the entire sound, my dialogue, the music, sound effects. It will affect everything in one place. I can go over that in a more advanced tutorial in the future. All right, so everything is done. Our audio looks nice. Our edits are nice. We have all our elements in. We are ready to render our video. So let's go ahead. Let's take our cursor. Let's go to the end of our project and let's slide it all the way to the beginning until we have the entire session here highlighted. We're going to go over here to our render as, and then we will pick Magic AVC/AAC MP4, and you're going to have several rendering options, and we are going to render at 1080p 30 frames per second. Now, if you have an NVIDIA card, I highly suggesting using the NVIDIA NVENC mode. This uses your NVIDIA graphics card to give you super fast renderings, especially when compared to just rendering through your CPU. So definitely, if you have it, use this, take advantage of it. You're going to be so happy to see how fast your renders are going to go. If not, then go ahead, just use your normal 1080p. So let's go ahead, let's customize or let's take a look at our template. All right, so we see 1080p, we're rendering at 30 frames per second, progressive scan as usual, max BPS 24, average BPS. You can leave it at 12 if you like. Me personally, I like to go just a little higher, and I'll leave it at 28. I will leave my encoder on because, like I said before, we are using our NVIDIA graphics card. This we will leave the same. Let's OK it. You can actually set in your folder where do you want your render to go. I have mine going to my desktop. You can have yours going anywhere else. So Vegas 15 tutorial. Let's go ahead and do that again. Vegas 15 final. And then our audio is being rendered. And that's it, guys. You are now good to go. You are ready to create your own videos in Vegas Pro 15. You have a good understanding of what are the essential things that you need to edit your own videos. I hope so much to help you. If you want to see any more advanced Vegas Pro 15 tutorials, guys, let me know. Light up the like buttons, light up the comments down below so I know you want more in-depth, more specific Vegas Pro 15 tutorials. But I hope this gets you started. Guys, roll the intro. No, roll the ending. Later. All right, guys, I hope that helped out, and I'm pretty sure you are ready to crush your edits within Vegas Pro 15. If you liked the video, go ahead, leave a like. If you loved it, feel free to subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you have any questions about editing within Vegas Pro 15. And also, if you want to see more advanced tutorials for Vegas Pro, again, let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, guys, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.